And hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another Voyagers. It is the Dear UG here once again, and it is time for some football. Football picks, that is. Of course, we are going to be making our NFC and AFC Championship predictions, but before we get to that, we do have a few things to go over and introductions. First, this episode of Picks is brought to you by TCW, because we have the leader and founder of TCW, Mr. Jones.
Hey, what's going on, video game heads and video gamers all alike and football fans? It is time.
It's time. Listen, it's Gregory Holmes. It's time. Sorry, I remember that shitty theme song he had in his last run. Also with us from Syracuse, New York. Yes, that is a real place. And yes, I found out they actually have a basketball team. It is Mr. Dave.
What up, world? What up, gamer world?
And of course, we're here, like I said, to do our predictions. And by the way, before we continue, don't forget to go to the Royal Cottage to get you some of that jalapenos. I can't remember the damn name of it. Fuck.
Oh, let me help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to go to Royal Cottage. That's right, Royal Cottage here in Columbus, Ohio. You have the best chutney and apple butter spread this side of Columbus. If you want to try the strawberry jalapeno, if you want to try some of that mango habanero, or you might like even better, Auntie Cat's apple butter. It is awesome. You guys must get some of that. And if you do, make sure you shout out to us, the people here at Let's Play and the people at TC Dub. You could go and get the Royal Cottage at royalcottagellc.com. That is www.royalcottagellc.com. Pick up some of that royal goodness. Back to you.
And if you don't, it means you're a Jets fan. You know, I gotta throw at least one sing in there for against them. Anyway, let's just give a recap. I know. let's be honest. I think you should get at least 1 to 5 each video. Anyway, let's go a quick recap of what happened last week. Starting off with the Packers and Rams. Packers pretty much demolished the Rams, but I don't think anyone was surprised because the Rams came so underperforming with so many injuries. It was just a matter of could they actually stay competitive, and unfortunately they did not. Bills pretty much stopped Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. That game was, I'm actually honest, my mom stopped watching it, and you know she's a Ravens fan. She doesn't miss any games. I actually was falling asleep because of how it was. It was literally not a game that you could say was entertaining, and I hate saying this, but the 2 Saturday games from last week were completely boring. And I only say that because when you look at the scores, it's like, let's see, Bills won 17-3. That's a blowout win. And the Packers won 32-18. Another blowout win. It's like, no disrespect to the Bills and Rams and Ravens. What the fuck happened? At least the Rams, you could say, oh, injuries. They were so injury depleted. Ravens, you disappointed not only the city of Baltimore, and Baltimore itself, you disappointed pretty much everyone because you could have at least showed up. You were the worst team last week, and there's no ifs, ands, about that. I don't think anybody could argue that.
And then they released fucking Mark Ingram and Robert.
And RG3.
It's so stupid. Why?
I think I'll get into why they did it in a minute. On Sunday, though, the Chiefs barely got by the Browns. Browns showed that they are a legit team. They're going to be a team for a while. I know most people. I know there's a controversy, and we'll discuss that in a second. I will say this, though. I think we can all safely say this is not going to be a one-hit wonder Cleveland team. And with them getting Odell Beckham Jr. back next year, that's a team I would be afraid of. Because they finally got everything together. They got the right quarterback. They got the right coach. They got a good defense. They got a good offense. With Odell Beckham, they're better. I would be afraid of Cleveland next year. I'm just going to go on a limb right now. You can timestamp it that I said Cleveland will be back in the playoffs. And then the Bucs eliminated the Saints in what could be Drew Brees' last game. If it is, I think that there's going to be a lot of people crying, grown men, because Drew Brees has been what you would want as a quarterback in the NFL. And at least with him, I will say this because everyone's going to probably be mad. When he joined the Saints, a lot of people were saying he was a turncoat to the Chargers. I'm like, no, the Chargers betrayed him because they drafted Phillip Rivers. And you know there was going to be a QB was going to be leaving. Ironically enough, though, it worked out for Drew Brees leaving because, hey, he got a Super Bowl, and Phillip Rivers, well, you didn't get a ring, but you ended up having 8 kids. So,
and he wants more.
I guess you may never win a Super Bowl, but at least we know you have the body trophy of dicks, apparently. So there's that. I went 3-1, and I am 6-4 in the playoffs. Dave, what about you?
I am. Let's see. We started from the beginning or divisional round?
We're pretty much starting from how you did last week and then overall.
Oh. I went 3-1.
So that means you should also have the same record as I do then.
Yep.
And...
Oh, fun fact.
Yes?
There's only one quarterback left from the 2004 NFL draft, and it's Ben Roethlisberger.
That is kind of...
Wait a minute, I thought he was retiring.
No, he hasn't made it official yet.
Vance McDonald retired.
Oh, well, here's a hint for Roethlisberger. Retire, dude. Stop it. You're not Ben. Then I don't mean to cut you off, Dave. My thing is this. You old farts, stop trying to be like Brett Favre. You can't do it. You can't do it like he did it. The man...
Except Brady.
The man We're talking about you, Tom Brady. We need to retire.
Nope, I won't say what I want to say because that means I'm gonna get a strike on my channel and I'm gonna get a strike on your channel.
Oh, it's YouTube.
What I really want to say, but I'm not gonna say it. So
fuck Tom Brady.
Oh no, what I was gonna say was a little bit worse.
Have him slip on a banana peel and break his back, and we blame Donkey Kong. Now he's thinking about it.
No, I have to tell you off air.
All right. Well, Mr. Jones, how did you do then this past week?
Oh, once my Colts lost, I don't give a fuck.
Wait, you made predictions last week.
Yeah,
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I already knew. Okay. For one, I know I won with the Bills, and I think the rest I lost. So
you went with the Ravens on that one.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you picked the Ravens.
I picked Was I drunk?
No, you were sober.
Are you sure? I have to go back and watch that.
You have to go back and watch it.
Too.
You did pick the Chiefs, though.
I believe that. You picked the Saints to beat the
So you went 2-2.
I know. Oh yeah, I know. I picked the Saints. I will never pick a team with Tom Brady.
So he's officially, unless because I did the math, the only way you can actually beat us in the picks, you have to win the next two and the Super Bowl, and me and Dave have to lose the next two, which means we cannot pick the same team as you.
I brought me a belt. We can use that for a championship. I brought the AEW belt at Walmart.
Yeah, if I win that, I'm gonna be like, you keep the belt, just send me your PSN card.
Okay.
I can't fit belts anymore, man. But
sure,
yeah,
I'll take it.
He'll take it. So let's just go over some of the big news that we had this week, and some of the controversy, particularly with the Chiefs and Browns. The one that everyone's been talking about has been the fumble rule, where the Browns player fumbled the ball and went into the end zone, and it became Kansas City because of the touchback. A lot of people hate that rule, but here's the thing. If you change it to where the team who fumbled it gets to keep it, you're going to be seeing more people on the receiving team fumbling on purpose so they can't get in the end zone and hope it bounces in the end zone and no one recovers it. Because they keep the ball, so it's like... I know everyone hates that rule, but I'm like, it's a rule that actually is one of the few rules I actually agree with, because I'm sorry, if you're the offense and you fumbled the ball and it goes in the end zone as a touchback, I'm sorry, we should not be awarding you the ball because, you fumbled it and no one recovered it in the end zone. And I also say that because we've seen teams in the past kind of abuse a certain rule, like how can I say this? Because if the team offensively fumbled and it's at the other end zone, they have actually punched the ball out so that the defensive team doesn't get it, and then instead of it being a defensive touchdown, it ends up being a safety. Pittsburgh actually did this a few years ago when their offense punched it out of the end zone. Instead of giving up 7, they only gave up 2 and got the ball, So it's kind of a weird situation. But what were you going to say, Mr. Jones?
I was going to say, like, there's been a couple of plays where they caught the ball, but they try to use this whole thing of you got to have it under control. You have to have full control of the ball.
Yeah, that's
and I'm like, that's not right, because I feel like if you're in the if you're in the red zone, if you are in touchdown zone, and you have it in your possession, not saying like air juggle. I'm talking about it's in your possession. You are inside. It should be counted as a touchdown. I feel like, but if you do not have it and it pops out, I wouldn't call it a fumble. I would call it incomplete.
Incomplete. Well, unfortunately, this whole thing, what's a catch, what's not a catch, and I hate saying this, is mostly because of the Dallas Cowboys Packers game from years ago when Des Bryant, when they looked at it, said it wasn't a catch. But then what happened was you had the ex-NFL officiating, head official said no, that should have been a catch. You had other retired referees saying no, that should have been a catch because he was able to keep possession. And then they unfortunately changed the rules to where, because of that and everything else that's happened, no one really can define what's a catch or not a catch anymore, because now it's like, oh, I think it's like now it's like they have to maintain possession for at least 2 to 3 seconds, do a football move, and it counts as a catch. So they can't just catch it and then fall down and get hit, because then it's going to be ruled incomplete. They have to literally be able to make some kind of football move, either run up the field or do a spin or something. It's ridiculous. I'm sure a lot of the older receivers from the 70s and 80s will want to vomit at this rule, and I do as well, but it's the NFL. Then again this year, and I know Dave's know where I'm going with this, they could even tell what a first down and what a fumble was this year.
True.
And I say that, and you know where I'm going with this, Dave. The Cowboys-Niners game, when they said that was a fumble, and even I said that's no goddamn fumble. That 49ers quarterback's knees were down. They were down harder than Kim Kardashian. So there's that. Also, I do know, getting to some other things now, Ravens did let go of the running back and RG3. That was mostly done as a way to save money to get a few new players for the team. Also, I think we haven't discussed. I don't think we discussed it. No, we did discuss a lot of the new head coaches who were hired last week, like the Jets and all that. But there were a few new ones as well that broke this week. So I'm pulling that up on my phone as we speak, because apparently I have no life. By the way, if no one's seen it on Facebook, I do kind of have to agree with the meme. The Chiefs and Bills are Gotenks and Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, and the Packers and Bills is the gay guy from the elderly dude who likes children, Mr. Herbert, and then the other guy. So there's that. That kind of did, and I should say this as well, a sad goodbye to Hank Aaron, who did pass away this morning.
Oh shit, listen to this shit. It's on NFL.com. Texas interviewed Josh McCown.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that because that made me laugh. But Bill O'Brien, the former Texans head coach, he is now the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for Alabama. So I'm sure everybody in Alabama probably went, fuck. And this is also... Ravens. Well, Ravens, then I'm more worried. I'm looking at head coaching at the moment.
Okay.
And this affects Mr. Jones' Colts here. Eagles are hiring Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni, if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly.
Dang it.
As the head coach, per sources. He has spent the 3 seasons as the Chiefs' assistant head coach. He spent 5 seasons with the Chargers and the past 3 with the Colts. He is 39 years old. And, of course, the one thing we all have to talk about, because it involves the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dwayne Haskins is now on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
So I'm going to take a guess first. I may as well just get this joke out of the way. Are him and Big Ben going to trade secrets about which women to bang at the strip clubs?
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm serious on that one.
Are you? Oh, you're really serious.
Oh, yeah, because I guarantee you he's probably already asking Big Ben, what are the best strip clubs in Pittsburgh?
God.
You know I'm going to go there. And, of course, Philip Rivers did retire this week. That was a sad... I know I was kind of heartbroken by that.
Me too.
But, yeah, there's only one coaching position left.
The Texans, right?
The Texans at the moment, yes.
No one wants to call. They should get Matt Patricia.
Well, no, Matt
that's
Patricia.
right.
Matt Patricia's going back to New England.
Oh.
But here's the
Okay.
thing: the Texans did interview 2 people for head coaching job. The first one we got to talk about is Josh McCown, a quarterback who, by the way, has never coached in the NFL. Yes, I know he did a lot of few assistant things for Philadelphia when he wasn't playing, but he doesn't have any real head coaching, or for that matter, not even real assistant coaching experience. So it is kind of weird that he is being interviewed. Now, I should point out McCown did have a 2-year contract from Philly's practice squad, with him joining Deshaun Watson and A.J. McCarron on the active roster. The Texans have announced they have continued discussions about the vacancy with Cardell, who is the former Lions and Colts head coach Jim Cardell. Cardell is 66. He most recently was hired as assistant head coach with Miami in 2019, but had to leave the team ahead of the season to address health issues and was not retained the following season. Now, here's the thing. With Jim, he's 36-30, including playoffs as the head coach of the Lions. That's the last time the Lions made the playoffs, was when he was a head coach. And he went 28-24 with the Colts. Now, of course, McCown did retire in 2019 after 17 years in the NFL. He did take a job as a high school coach quarterback in Charlotte, North Carolina, where his sons play. But other than that, he doesn't have any college or pro experience as a coach. And this also depends on who their quarterback wants in Houston, because we know he's wanting to be involved. And I'm going to say this, depending who they get as the coach, that would decide if he actually gets traded or not. So that's going to be the big off-season thing, because I have a feeling the Texans are not going to announce who they have until after this weekend. So don't be surprised if you hear, depending on who the head coach is, that they end up trading their quarterback away. Which, if that happens, he's probably going to the Jets, because that is the odds-on favorite place, and then Sam Darnold will most likely be out of a job. So Sam Darnold, get ready to walk that good old New York line, which means you're fucked, unless you can somehow do it dance like an Arquette. So there is that. Of course, also in big news, and and I know this is going to make Mr. Jones happy because he hates the Buccaneers because of Brady. Antonio Brown will not be playing this Sunday. He has officially been ruled out. Apparently, he got injured in the Saints game. I was waiting for that evil laugh. Where's the Ted DiBiase laugh? As he is out injured, he suffered a knee injury in the game against the New Orleans Saints and only played 27 snaps. He has not practiced this week. So he's pretty much... So that's going to hurt Brady in the sense of the one guy you know who's going to be a big threat is gone. Now you got to depend on Evans and Rob Kozlowski. Also helps Green Bay a bit. Yeah, but Scotty Miller is not as a big threat as Antonio Brown. I hate saying that, but there's an old saying in life: you can tell who the number one star receiver is, and then who's the rest, and who's the B players. I should point out, Bears promote safeties coach Deshaun to defensive coordinator. Steelers tight end McDonald retires after an 8-year career. Source Patricia to rejoin Patriots coaching staff, which is not a surprise. And Patrick Mahomes has been cleared to play in the championship game this weekend. And did anyone hear the Detroit Lions new head coach's press conference from yesterday?
No.
Oh my God, it felt like he was cutting a WWE promo.
Wow.
I am not kidding. So I gotta give him this. I got a head coach who looks like, unlike the previous head coach, actually has a spunk, and yeah, he pretty much said, quote, we're going to bite a fucking kneecap off. Apparently he was also making references to the Big Lebowski and biting kneecaps. But I will say, this is a coach he's fired up. I think that's a good thing for Detroit, because you got a coach who's a little bit insane and psychotic. So that's a good thing. Nothing wrong with having a crazy coach, which, by the way, this guy served under the Saints head coach Sean Payton, so that actually helps if he doesn't retire. Matthew Stafford, but the Lions do have the 7th overall pick, so it makes you wonder if they will get a quarterback. So there's that as well. But we'll see how he does. Hopefully he does well. So let's get to the two games, and we're going to discuss the first one, which is at 3:05 on Fox. It is the NFC Championship game. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now, of course, Brady has had a little bit of a hard road in the playoffs, barely getting by Washington, and then barely getting by the Saints. And I'm going to say this right now. Anyone who says Brady won that game is an idiot. The reason the the reason the Buccaneers won, there's a botchamania. The reason the Buccaneers won is because of the fact the Buccaneers defense destroyed Drew Brees. They were able to pick him off left and right. So if anyone deserves credit for that win for the Buccaneers last week, it's the defense. Of course, we already said Antonio Brown will not be playing this week. If the Bucs do move on, they hope to have him for the Super Bowl. As far as for the Packers, you pretty much got a gift horse in the mouth last week because you got a Rams team who was injury ridden, and that pretty much helped you guys win. It is in your stadium. It's going to be cold in Green Bay, very cold, which normally I would say that's a benefit for them, but because Brady's played in New England a lot, he's used to cold weather games, so this is not going to hurt the opposing team like everyone thinks it will. I think this will actually be a most even matchup because of it, but if you think I'm taking the Buccaneers, you are fucking insane. I am taking Green Bay at home to go to the Super Bowl, and see if Aaron Rodgers can get that number 2 ring.
Part of me wanted to pick Tom Brady just to jinx him.
But
who's going first, me or you?
Well, let Mr. Jones go first. Is he gonna take the Buccaneers and shock everybody on Facebook, or is he gonna be like, man, fuck Tom Brady?
Man, fuck Tom Brady. I'm a pick Tampa Bay.
Oh, you are. I'm gonna laugh at Tampa Bay wins because you're gonna be like, motherfucker, goddamn piece of goddamn shit. I can hear it now because we'll find out if that happens because he'll be at work going, I'm so fucking pissed. Fuck all this goddamn mail. I'm gonna burn it down. When I mean mail, I mean the aliens who are being sent back to Pluto and Jupiter.
I really want to pick Aaron Rodgers. But something tells me Tom Brady's gonna win it.
So you're going with the Bucks, all right? I'm scared. Dave?
I got the Bucks against the Packers.
Oh wow, so I'm on my own on this one. That's disturbing.
I did my picks like 2 days ago.
I know you did. I should point out, if the Packers and Chiefs both make it, the Super Bowl will probably be sponsored by State Farm since Mahomes and Rodgers are both State Farm people.
You mean Packers and not Bucks?
I said Packers and Chiefs. My bad, Packers and Chiefs. Sorry. But this gives us to the late game on Sunday. It is on CBS. By the way, the Packers are favored by 3.5 points. It is the Buffalo Bills taking on the Chiefs. Now, this actually is a very even matchup, surprisingly. I think a lot of people are probably shocked by that. And it's a battle of the young guns. Both quarterbacks are very young. I wouldn't be surprised if we see both of them back here again next year, with maybe Baker Mayfield causing an issue. Of course, Josh Allen's played very well for Buffalo this year. Cole Beasley looks like he's back to his old ways when he was playing great with the Cowboys. Stephon Diggs has been probably a godsend for them, helping them out a lot. And their defense has been great this whole season, which, as we've seen, particularly last week against the Browns, the Chiefs almost blew that. If it wasn't for a few missed calls and a few bad communication errors, we could be talking about this game being in Buffalo. And I know Mahomes cleared concussion protocol, but I think the Bills, they're not going to want to make the same mistake. I think if the Bills get that lead, they're not going to let go of it. They are going to leave the foot on the throat. And I've been saying this all year long. If you've been watching my picks, I've been a part of them. I've been on that Buffalo Bills bandwagon pretty much since about week 4 or 5. So...
And it ain't going to be snowing Oh no, we're not. They're not playing Buffalo.
They're in
Browns.
Kansas City. Yeah. So and I said this on Sunday, if you know me enough and if you've been watching my picks, you know who I was picking in this game. So I may as well just let the cat out of the bag. I am taking the Buffalo Bills to go back to the Super Bowl for the first time since the 90s. I think the Chiefs realize that they have issues, and I think the Bills are going to be able to capitalize on it because the Bills have a great defense. The only way I think the Chiefs could win this game, the Chiefs' defense is going to have to really step up and hold the Bills down. Something they almost couldn't do against Cleveland. But I'm taking Buffalo, so my official Super Bowl prediction is it will be the Bills against the Packers. Mr. Jones?
Man, this one's going to be a bloodbath. You know what? I'm gonna pick the Bills. Isn't Patrick Mahomes? He's not playing, right?
He's playing. He did get cleared to play today.
Yeah, I'll pick the Bills.
2 for the Bills.
The only thing I question about the Bills is their defense.
Oh, interesting.
Defense amazing.
Well, he's good.
For me?
Yeah, Dave.
I got the Bills, man.
You got the Bills.
Man.
So here's the funny thing now, since we all made our picks. If the Packers win, there is no way you guys can catch me. Because you would be eliminated at that point, Mr. Jones.
It's just down to me and Doug.
It's down to you and me, and if we go 1-1, it would come down to the Super Bowl. But if you go 2-0 or I go 2-0, you can't catch me either because I'll have a 1-game lead on you, and then it would be a tie in the Super Bowl if I lose. So really it comes down to who the Buccaneers-Packers game. If Bucks win, Dave will most likely win it all, depending what happens, unless the Chiefs somehow win. And if the Packers win, I pretty much win it all unless the Bills lose as well. So that means we're all going to be watching that first game to see, okay, what happens. And then it's like, oh.
Oh, you mentioned on Facebook. You see this damn cheating play? At least see that game?
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, Packers win, I'm going to be going. I'll be dancing, I can't dance anymore because of my bad legs. And of course, since Vibrator's here, I know what he's going to say. Fuck the Packers. I'm sure he's like, damn it, Doug, why did you have to pick Green Bay? Damn it, you son of a bitch. Fuck. Now, of course, I should point out next Friday, because I actually got to see when the Super Bowl is, because let's see. Next week's the Pro Bowl, which is canceled. Super Bowl will be on the 7th. So, let's see, when is the 7th anyway? Pull up the calendar. Okay, so the Super Bowl is not next week, it's the week after, so pretty much that first week in February. So, on February 5th, we'll be making our Super Bowl predictions. So you won't see Madden probably, you won't see picks next week, you will see picks again on the 5th, which will most likely be when I would also do the Super Bowl matchup at that time in my franchise mode. So you guys will not see Madden next week. So those are the picks, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys have in the comments section below. And we will see you guys at least in the predictions for the Super Bowl, February 5th. And, of course, on the February 5th show, I should point out, I will be handing out my best and worst for the season. Who do I think was the best overall team? Who would I think the worst team was? Which, if you've been watching this channel, I don't know if you know who the hell that's going to be.
The GETS.
That's not how you spell Jaguars. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's the Jets. Obviously, that's winning the worst team award. Who I think who got the best head coach hiring? Who I think is going to be a team to look at.
Kevin Stefanski. That's who I got for coach of the year. Is Kevin Stefanski, the guy from the Browns.
Yeah, it's probably my vote too. But I'm going to look over a few things just to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. Who the worst coach was of the year? Which I'm only going to say this. I know who's going to win the worst coach of the year, and it's probably going to surprise a lot of people because it's not who you think it is.
Mike McCarthy.
No, it's actually somebody you guys would be surprised about. Somebody that a lot of people have not mentioned. And no, it's not the former Jets head coach. I can tell you that right now.
Adam Gase?
No. That's too much of an easy target. Everyone else is going to give it to him. I'm actually going after somebody else in particular. And I have to defend my reason why, because a lot of people are going to be pissed when I say he's the worst coach because of how well his team did. But
Doug Peterson?
no, well, no, not Doug Peterson. Granted, he was not the worst coach of the year. He should have not been fired.
I gotta do some research.
Trust me, you guys are going to look at me like, what the hell? Why would you say that?
Send me the category. Send me your category.
I gotta write them down.
The word. Huh?
I gotta write them down, and I'll have them to you probably by Monday.
All right.
Another reason I'm taking off because I gotta write the awards down anyway.
All right.
So there's that. So we'll be doing pretty much next week. No Madden videos, guys. Don't forget Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I am taking off from YouTube as I had to let a lot of stuff download and update. But until Tuesday, when I see you guys, well, I'll be seeing you guys in a little bit as we're going to do the championship game in my franchise. So he goes to the Super Bowl. But if you're not going to watch that, I will see you guys next Tuesday when we head back to one of my Let's Plays. I can't remember which one I'm going to pick yet, but have a good night. See you next time. And don't forget to subscribe to the Shadow Wolf channel, a.k.a. TCW. And if you didn't watch the pay-per-view last night, and Gorilla Wolfer, you can catch the replay right now for $9.99 on the Shadow Jones Network. Till then,
shit, I wish I had some of that money.
Yeah, don't we all? But until then, have a good night and see you all in a few minutes.